Welcome to this video. In this video we're going to study this software called GeoGebra, which is a free software to study geometry. So here you can see the three-dimensional version, and we have a space, three-dimensional space, where we can work with surfaces and volumes. So we are going to study conic sections and how they work in GeoGebra. So first of all, we go to this option because we have to create a plane. We need 3 points, as you know. We mark those 3 points and then we have our plane. Then we need a cone. Cone is here in this section. We have pyramids, prisms, and here the option to create a cone. To create a cone, we need the center of the base. We are going to take the origin of coordinates, then the vertices of the cone, this point for example, and then we are asked to introduce the radius, for example 5. In this case, we have this cone, and you can easily see the cone and the plane, and then let's see how conic sections come. So first of all, we're going to mark a point in the cone. Let's see this point, because here we have an option called parallel plane. So we need a point, as you can see here in this picture. So we mark the point and we mark the plane we want to be parallel to, and this is the plane. So here in the intersection between surfaces, this option lets us to see which is the intersection between the plane and the cone. In this case, it's a circumference, as you know. Apart from that, we can go to the two-dimensional representation. Here we have the circumference, and we can study, for example, its radius. But this is not going to be seen right now. Let's go back to the conic sections. I'm going to delete this plane because I'm not needing it right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm taking one of these points I created, for example this, and you can see that I can move the plane upwards. Now we have that the intersection between the cone and the plane is a parabola. Here we have the parabola, and we can create also an ellipse. So if we go back and we move also these points over here, now I'm going to move the other point, the C1. Let's take it and move it. You can see that an ellipse has been created as the intersection of a plane and a cone. Here we have the ellipse. And the other one, the last one, in order to create a hyperbola, we need to delete those points. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use just one point, this for example. Why? Because there's an option here which is to create a plane perpendicular to a straight line, but I need a point. So here I have the point, and I'm going to mark this axis, the red axis, and here I have my plane. This is creating a hyperbola. Let's see the intersection, and you'll see perfectly well the form, the shape of a hyperbola. So this software is very interesting for our students because they can not touch but almost touch the shapes. They can create them, and that's very useful because they internalize how conic sections are created. Then we can move forward to study their properties.